guys, welcome to the deck box. Here we go again with another round table discussion, although this table is nowhere close to round. This week we're going to be doing a bit of a talk on Mr. Infamous Grim-Grin Corpseborn. I know you guys have asked for it a couple times, and so here we go.
Didn't he come out like a set ago, though?
He did kind of come out like a whole set ago. It's not a big issue because, you know, sometimes it just takes a while to get around to talking about something. So, here we go. I've got Jeff with me. Say hello, Jeff.
Hello.
And I've got Alex with me. Say hello, Alex.
Hey.
Alright, so, with no more further ado, Grim-Grin Corpseborn. What is his stats? We should probably actually grab the card for that.
Grim-Grin Corpseborn, legendary creature, zombie warrior.
Okay.
Grim-Grin Corpseborn enters the battlefield tapped and doesn't untap during your untap step.
Oh no! However will I use him?
Sacrifice another creature, untap Grim-Grin, and put a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever Grim-Grin attacks, destroy target creature defending player controls, then put a +1/+1 counter on Grim-Grin. And his starting PT is 5/5.
So what you're telling me is he's a 5/5 for 5?
Yeah.
1 blue, 1 black in that cost. Who every time he eats somebody, he gets a +1/+1.
Yep.
And every time he then attacks afterwards, he gets a +1/+1 and kills something of his choice on the opponent's side.
Yeah, on the declare attacker step, in fact.
That's just insane. So why haven't we got around to talking about this card yet, I guess is the question.
I don't know.
There's just better things going on.
Like, yeah, I think before some of the things in Dark Ascension, he was good, but he wasn't that good.
That's right. Like, I guess to an extent. I guess the person who has the most experience here playing with Grim-Grin is Mr. Jeff here, because he's been playing that zombie deck that I know you guys have seen, and a lot of you like it because it's pretty cool. So before Dark Ascension, before we get into that, Jeff, what's been your experience with Grim-Grin?
Well, initially I paired Grim-Grin with a few reassembling skeletons because they self-resurrected, and that was really cool because he'd eat them and they'd come back, and then he'd eat them again, and they'd come back and he'd eat them again and get very big.
Right.
And usually his triggered ability, the smash something, the defending player controls and declare attacker step. Very, very helpful. It wasn't something that happened a lot during that particular build, because it was a little man-intensive to keep replaying the reassembling skeleton. Right. But now that I have Gravecrawler...
Yes, which changes everything.
Now that I have Gravecrawler, it's a little bit more efficient way of getting that to go off, but that in itself isn't really what you would call a killer combo, even
right. But before we get to that, because I have a whole idea for that. Mm-hmm. Just going back though, looking at before Dark Ascension dropped, Grim-Grin, how was he winning games for you, or how often was he winning games for you? I guess as a single in your deck, as just one guy in your deck that could sometimes come out.
He would usually win games when he showed up.
Okay, so when he showed up, I guess the thing is, if they have a blocker, if they have somebody who's giving you trouble, he just gets rid of it. Usually.
Yeah, provided.
And then goes through for his 6 or 7 damage.
Provided they're not indestructible or have hexproof, he does.
Right, of course.
He does tend to get rid of, the problem things that I don't want to deal with.
Even at his worst, he's like 5-mana removal.
Well, yeah, exactly. I was going to get to you, Alex, just right now, because Alex, if you don't know yet, which you probably don't because you haven't seen him all that much yet, is kind of our combo expert here in store. So what I want to talk about now is after Dark Ascension has dropped, we have all sorts of new fun things that Grim-Grin can do. Alex, walk us through some of those if you don't mind.
Well, the first thing Grim-Grin does is with the grave crawlers, and a lot of people were saying, talking about like grave crawlers and Rooftop Storm, because Grim-Grin could, it would make the grave crawlers cost 0 to replay out of the graveyard, and you could basically put as many counters as you wanted on Grim-Grin for free.
Right.
That was originally, but a lot of people thought Rooftop Storm was really expensive for just that. So people thought of using the new captain for the zombies. So
Diagraph captain.
You don't even have to attack with Grim-Grin. Just sacking them over and over again would
and then
deal
you win.
1 damage each time.
Yeah, I beat Turbo Fog doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
fair
a,
enough.
in a slower fashion without the rooftop storm.
Yeah, that's exactly it though.
But
Rooftop
regardless,
Storm. Yeah, Rooftop Storm is a lot of mana though.
Exactly.
It costs 6 for his deck.
Yeah.
So although you don't have to go all the way, you can still play the Grave Crawlers for 1 black each time, deal a whole bunch of damage, put a bunch of counters on Grim-Grin, and then attack every turn.
yeah.
It requires one less card to do that.
And then Jeff, the other superstar in your new zombie deck that also can work with Grim-Grin as well, another creature. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. Do you have any idea?
You could be referring to
To
Geralt's Messenger.
Absolutely, that's exactly what I was getting at.
Gross.
Yeah, gross indeed. So how does that work, Jeff?
It kind of depends. My preference is to already have a messenger on the table and play Grim-Grin later, untap Grim-Grin right away, get a 4/3 in place of the messenger that was there, and
That also does what?
Yeah, 2 damage.
Sucks another 2 life out of the opponent.
Which is just great. 2 life is sometimes seems like, oh, it's just 2 life.
Doesn't that also combo off the captain though for an extra damage
It
on
does.
top
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that?
it actually does.
it does
Yeah,
for an extra point of life loss.
Horrible.
So the way to remember it is like 2 damage is 2 damage, and if you're getting 2 damage in for free, that's kind of awesome. If you're getting 3 in for free because of Diagraph Captain, that's just even better.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Grim-Grin makes us salivate because he's just so cool.
Well, I do like what Grim-Grin's able to do to other formats. For example, I think one of the reasons why he's particularly popular is that he's kind of a fun commander.
Yeah.
For EDH/commander decks.
I haven't seen anybody do it.
Like I know we've been seeing kind of a couple cool commanders coming out of this block.
That's
Yeah.
true.
It's true.
I've seen a pretty good Olivia build actually.
We've got Wesby on camera yelling Olivia at us right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess there are some cool commanders in this block.
I've also seen a couple Grim-Grin builds
Really okay.
for EDH just popping up on the forums.
Yeah.
And all of them seem to include that Grim-Grin combo with Gravecrawler.
Yeah, you know it is tough.
Yeah.
It's harder to get combos off in EDH, but again, Alex being our combo expert shows us on a regular basis that it's very possible.
Yep.
So, and I guess the more options you have in that combo, the more available and more possible it becomes, right? And with Grim-Grin, there are a couple different things that he can do, and lots of things that work off of him. So, and that's kind of why he's cool. Any other notes we want to make on why he's cool? I don't know.
Maybe you should tell us why you think Grim-Grin works in the zombie horde build that you made.
That's right.
Horde. We talking about Horde now?
Oh god.
Yeah.
We can just go off on a full tangent.
It is kind of your brainchild.
Your love child.
Okay, so just for the record, Horde's a 4-player cooperative game of Magic where you play against basically an automated 100 card deck of, in our case, zombies. Horde's been picking up a lot of popularity recently. I've been playing it for a while before then, but the Grim-Grin works nicely in Horde because the simple supply of zombie tokens
Right.
that he has. Like, he never has a problem untapping in Horde. Ever.
And I guess to try and bring it back to standard, to try and bring it back to the games that I guess matter to most people. I know Horde is awesome. Horde's a lot of fun. But if you don't know what that is, comment below. I'll tell you what it is. But you need to comment and ask about it, because that's how you're going to know.
Might do a Horde video in the future.
In the future, if there's enough people asking about it. That's pretty cool stuff. But I mean, what you're saying though, it's pretty easy because he's got all those tokens there to eat, right? But the cool thing is, in the standard environment right now, especially with guys like Gravecaller, stuff like that, they've made it very, very possible to just always give him something to eat. It's very, very possible for him to just untap every single turn and just go at it.
Yeah, as I said, like before this, all we had was maybe someone getting reassembling skeleton, or someone getting just zombie tokens off endless ranks every turn,
and moan and like stuff like that.
The Unhallowed.
Yep. And
whereas
in previous
now,
incarnations that did work for
Dark
Right,
Ascension.
all of that's just so much more expensive than how it is now.
Yeah, no. Dark Ascension makes it like him much more viable than he
much
was.
more playable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was always viable, I guess, but he's more playable
He's
now.
better now, by far.
As I said, he's got all these other cards that he interacts with. The messengers now, with Undying, his interactions
are much better.
Much better. And the captain just hurts every time.
All right, well, that's what we have to say about Mr. Grim-Grin Corpseborn. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you around real soon. And as always, guys, roll for choice. See ya.